Alright, so you clicked on this video to learn how to do a backflip, and I will be teaching you how to do so. So before we get into this, we are assuming that you know the basics. So I'm assuming that you know of how to do a backward roll, but even still we'll be running through that just in case. And this will assume that you are going into this with a certain level of fear. So we want to start off low on the ground, learn our hand placement, and we're just going to do some rocks back and forward. Try and keep nice and small. This is just to prepare you for the action of going over your back. You know, a lot of people get scared when they're going over for a backflip or a back handspring, anything of the nature. So we just want to try and break a little bit of that fear. Make sure we're used to that action. So this one I hold it out a little longer, exaggerate the action, so you guys can get a better look at it. So we're just gonna do this for a few attempts. Let's get nice and comfortable. Make sure we have no problems going over. Just practicing our backward roll. Now you can take as many attempts at this as you want. Make sure you get nice and comfortable before you go to anything else. Because if you go into something without a degree of confidence, you're just gonna hurt yourself. Alright. I'm moving on to the next step now. We're gonna do more of a slight pop. Alright, so this is similar to a cow. So what we want to do is almost like throwing ourselves over our shoulder. So you watch, I put my hand down, and when I go over, I'm throwing my hips up and my hand reaches over my shoulder. So one more time, up, over, and bring your legs down. So right now, the leg action isn't as important. We just want to get used to that feeling, right? So now we're gonna throw our first hand into it a little bit more now. So now we're throwing our whole body into it. So we're going up, reach over, touch down, and we come over. Simple. So now we're gonna go a few attempts at that. Get comfortable with that. So now we can make it a little bit harder, right? We're gonna transcend it all the way without any prep. Right, and after you get comfortable with that, you've done that a good few times, get comfortable. Now we're gonna make it a little bit harder. Instead of starting in a stoop position, we're gonna start from standing. So same action, we're gonna get low when we start and reach over our shoulder. Up, reach over, touch down. If you watch me, you'll see that I mark the ground. So when I'm going over, I'm looking at the floor to make sure I have my mark. Feet down, simple. So now we're gonna make it a little bit harder, right? Instead of going over the shoulder, we're gonna try and show it straight over and touch down. So obviously for me, out of habit, I remove my hand quickly, but the goal is for that one to try and keep your hands down. And then we do a throw a low set, right? So we put our hands out as if we was gonna do a back handspring, but our goal is to try not to use our hands. I'll throw one more here to show a low set, up and down, and that's to do backflip.